do our mock drafts, you know, we'll see. One of these weeks coming up, we'll do another updated mock draft for us. But we had 2 that we want to react to. So the first one is going to be from this cat named Adolphus Tarley. Now, forgive me having to write these these numbers in here like that. When he sent the picture of, his mock draft, he cut off where they were drafted at. I'm like, bruh, come on, man. I need to see this so it can look clean and cool and all that other stuff. But either way,
it's a good Photoshop.
Shout out to the Photoshoppers in the world. You know what I mean? But he started out in the first round. He was going with Jamison Williams, receiver out of Alabama. Second round, went with the big body LB, Leo Chenal out of Wisconsin. Then in the third round, he tapped into that defensive side of the ball. Got us a corner, Martin Emerson out of Mississippi State. Shout out to Mississippi State in the building. Fourth round, he went with a tackle, Zach Tom out of Wake Forest. Then in the sixth round, he went to the safety market, Michigan as well. Go Blue. With Brad Hawkins. Seventh round, went interior D lineman DJ Dale out of Alabama. We did that with Isaiah Buggs. So you say, let's go back to the Bama. Well, I like it. And then the seventh round, the final seventh pick that we had, he went with our quarterback guy there, man. Who would have thought? E.J. Perry out of Brown University. Shout out to the Ivy Leagues in the building. And it's funny because, man, I feel like E.J. now is on like all of our
it's just
all
that
these mock
quarter. If you're gonna take a quarterback late,
it's
got to
be E.J. right?
Yeah, if you don't take one early, you were going to take one late, just take EJ from Brown.
Absolutely, man. But just me reacting to this, I think love the first round pick in terms of Jamison. I tell you, I'm down for that. And I like Leo, especially if you're talking about, you already have Miles Jack here. We said we need somebody that maybe is a different caliber player. Leo is different. Leo is a bigger body. He's a thumper. He's a downhill guy. Think of like a more athletic, bigger Vince Williams type. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of his game in a sense, man. But I don't necessarily love the corner.
Really?
I like taking a corner. I just want more speed. I'm a speed guy. He was a part of the not so fast group, but as a whole, I do think that bringing him in the third round helps. But to me, I just All
right, so he's got the good size.
Yeah. It's like I said, it's a benefit, but it's just different style of, depending on how you're viewing them.
Right, because with him, that's probably a comparison to like Kobe Bryant.
Right.
Where and you were even saying you were disappointed in his 40 time a lot.
Because
I was kind of amped because I thought he could fall a little bit. Now he will. Draft him.
I think he will, and it helps. But to me, I just, me, man, when we talk about the perimeter, I want surefire speed because I know what it looks like. And I know how bad it could get. And we saw firsthand with James Pierre and Cam Sutton how even though they are fundamentally sound, how at times they get put in bad positions because they don't have that top end elite speed. And it could cost you. And that's just my only thing, man. But depending on how you want to play them, that's another thing too, right? Because you wouldn't necessarily have to keep them on the outside. You can move them to the inside. It just depends on how you look at them. But that's just kind of like my feeling on him. And
you wouldn't have to play him early on.
No, you wouldn't. I mean, you between Akello, Levi, and Cam, you got options there. But I just, it's not my first choice.
You'd rather maybe try to take a swing because they're saying it's good value for get him in the third round. If you get him in the third,
it would be. But like I said, for me, man, if I'm gonna go corner, I would probably want to go. I just want to go a little bit more higher end,
high upside.
That's all I'm saying. Yeah.
I like this one because we get Jamison Williams, we get our receiver, linebacker. Yeah. That's the thing. I don't know how people view this second to third round little linebacker class.
Yeah.
Of dude from Penn State, Chenal, Muma, Alabama dude.
Right.
I don't know how everyone ranks them, but he picked a linebacker. And I was listening to Tom Mache talk about Chenal a little bit.
He's a good player though, bro.
Really high on him. He thinks he's actually underrated as a coverage guy. And you're right, he has that little thumping ability, just an overall really solid linebacker. So I'm really not opposed to that. I feel like I could trust the Steelers when drafting that position if we were to go the Chenal route.
Yeah, the biggest thing, man, in terms of Leo versus your Devin Lloyds, your Christian Harrises, your Chad Mumas, is they just are more rangy. When you watch them, they look like more of what you want in today's NFL from a linebacker perspective. And just size-wise, Leo doesn't look like he's going to be able to do that. Think of it almost like a Zaven Collins, right? Like Zaven last year was like, man, big body's athletic, but do you think he could play in some of these like matchup man-to-man stuff, or is he only going to be a zone type of dropper? those are some of the conversations you're going to have with Leo just based on that. But it's not, like I say, it wouldn't keep me from drafting him. It wouldn't make me say, oh, I can't take this guy. Like, I still think he could play well, but that's just, one of the reasons why it's a little bit weird when people talk about him.
And then we got some good depth pieces.
Yeah.
Tackle with our 4th pick.
Mm-hmm.
Safety. Hopefully we're not relying on him to start.
Yeah.
Hopefully we're signing Honey Badger Edmonds and just taking him as a depth piece.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dale, defensive line. Nothing wrong with that.
And they got
another
EJ.
dude in the
As long as they
quarterback
got EJ Perry, that's all we want, man.
I like this one. Yeah, I think
we
we hit
want
on some
EJ.
positions of need.
I definitely
early
like
on.
it though. Yeah.
High quality guys. I'm not opposed to this one.
I definitely like that. Shout out to Adolphus, man.
They give him a good grade. They gave him an A-.
Yeah, shout out to Adolphus, man. All right. How would you grade it then? What do you give it?
Ooh. A-.
All right, because I don't care about what they say. What you say?
Probably B+.
Oh, all right. I don't care what
I
they
liked
say.
it.
What you say?
I liked
You know what I'm
it,
saying?
but maybe not that much.
Okay.
Maybe not A range.
What's the
B+.
difference between A- and B+, by the way? In my school, we didn't have all these plus and minuses. It was just
I
A,
maybe
B,
would have
C,
taken
D.
a different linebacker. I maybe would
Fair
have taken a
enough.
different linebacker. And maybe you're right about the cornerback too. See who's there.
Okay.
That's all. But so I was going to say, maybe I would take a receiver in the 3rd. I would do the Jordan Davis route in the 1st. But since we already got the receiver, that's why you don't take him in the 3rd. So I get his reasoning. That's why I got to go at least B+ because it's solid.
No, I can respect it then. Okay.
What do you give him?
See, I don't know, man. Say, man. You great for both of us.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I think B+ is good.
Now I'm a B guy. I'll give him a B. I don't like I said, I don't do B+, B- because I'm like, what's the difference between a B+ and an A-? It's kind of like the same thing, right? That's how I look at it. But I would say B, man. I definitely like the Jameson Williams pick. That to me jumps off the screen. I love that. Love the Leo move as well, man. And like I said, man, you bringing in EJ Perry because we talked about him on the show and because that was a person that the chat put on our radar by emailing him to moteswinners@gmail.com. And that's how you can get your mock draft potentially read on the show as well. If you send it to Motes, just MOATS, Motes, I say Motes, but Motes Winners, winners, because we're all winners, @gmail.com. That's how you get a chance to, have it featured up here as well, man. But shout out to Adolphus Tarley for that. The next one is from the homie, Let's Go UW. Now, this is not going to look as pretty on screen because Let's Go UW had trades in here, so he had us like 1,000 draft picks, and it made it.
You could see it at the top.
Oh yeah, absolutely, I can. Yeah. So it made it a lot. It made it, not as aesthetically smooth as the other mocks that we put up on screen. But either way, to give you the update, what Let's Go UW did was traded our 1st round pick, the 20th overall selection, to the Jacksonville Jaguars for their 2nd round pick, the 33rd overall. Their 3rd round pick, I believe that's the 65th overall.
Yeah.
He brought in an additional 5th round pick as well, 157th pick, and then 2 more 6th round draft picks, 188 and then 198. So that gave us a total of, let me count it up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 picks. I like what you did right here. Let's Go UW. So to start it off, man, since we didn't have a 1st round pick, we had 2 2nd rounders. The first of the 2nd round picks, he went Travis Jones, the D lineman out of Connecticut, guy that we've talked about on the show. We're very high on him.
Basically a 1st round pick. I mean, it's
I would agree.
the
It's
first
the
pick in the
first pick
2nd
of the
round.
2nd round. Yeah. Then after that, he was going to take his boy in the 2nd round, 52nd overall linebacker Chad Muma. I wouldn't expect anything less. In fact, Let's Go UW. If you did not have Chad on your list, out of all this Chad that you've been talking about the past year and a half, I would have been pissed with you. I'm not gonna lie. I would have frowned upon you on future shows. Just throwing it out there, okay? So I am glad to see that you had Chad up there, okay? 3rd, he went Daniel Falele, the tackle out of Minnesota. I like it. Also in the 3rd round with the 84th selection, he went with Damian Pierce, the running back out of Florida, give Najee a little bit of help.
I like that dude, man. I saw him in the Senior Bowl blasting dudes.
And then he got this linebacker. I like him as well.
Yeah.
4th round
We got
out of
a lot of
App
dudes we were
State,
talking about.
Demarco Jackson. We've definitely talked about him, man. We like him a lot, man. He definitely is one of those guys we said in the mid-round. We think that he can give you some really good value, man. Then in the 5th round, he went to the center market. Boston College. He went with Alec Lindstrom. He said, I don't care what y'all got going on. We going to get more O-line help and more O-line help and more O-line help. I heard he plays left guard. How you feel about that?
Does he? Is he that
Nah,
versatile?
man. Your boy Dotson, man. He might be on the hot seat for a little bit, man.
Listen,
he might be sweating with his do-rag on,
we
baby.
got Mason Cole in there. We don't need any extra competition or motivation.
Right.
Dotson will take care of business.
Okay. First of the 6th round picks, though, he went with Tyquan Thornton, the speed.
I guess they put him finally in PFF.
They finally did, right? The speedster out of Baylor, man. We know he lit it up at the combine, and he obviously had a really good season at Baylor as well. Then his second 6th round pick 198, he went with quarterback out of Brown, E.J. Perry. It felt like these are all the guys we talk. I like when this happens. This makes it easier on us. I'm not going to lie, man. I like that a lot. Then to wrap up the 6th round, the pick 208, he went with Collin Barnes, the cornerback out of Baylor. Got 2 Baylor guys up here. Okay. 7th round, 225th overall, Charleston Rambo. Now, I like Charleston a lot. Just didn't think he tested as well as he could have or should have at the combine, but we'll see what his pro day looks like. And then to wrap up the 7th round, pick 241, he went with Ben Brown, the guard out of Mississippi. Or should we call it Ole Miss?
Yeah, Ole Miss.
But I ain't gonna lie, dude. I like Let's Go UW a lot.
I do too.
I like it a lot, man.
I like his reasoning.
I like it a lot, bro.
We got a bunch of just flyer depth in the late rounds, but we scooped up an extra second, scooped up the extra third, and hit on some needs. Nah. Travis Jones, obviously, he's that guy that if we're not going to get Jordan Davis, okay, we could bring him in. He could probably be our nose tackle starter for years to come. He's got that Aaron Donald little prototype there. Who doesn't like that? And then, linebacker. We were looking for linebackers, and it goes down to, I just think for the 2nd round, who do you prefer? Do you prefer Smith out of Penn State, Harris, Muma?
Yeah.
Is it Chenal? Obviously, he's going to pick Muma. And then 3rd round, what do we really need at this point? This is more of a luxury pick.
Best player available from here on out, right?
Because you could do corner like the last guy did, but now he's just bringing in some competition for left tackle.
Yeah.
With Falele. And then we hit on our 2nd running back in Dameon Pierce.
Which we definitely need.
I do wonder, though, because he is like a little bit of a bruiser. Are we looking for that in our 2nd running back? Or does it even matter? We just need a guy.
To me, I didn't think it mattered as much because we know Najee is going to be our feature. Najee is going to be the guy we play through. So it's more so just who can give him a breather. Because it's not like we're going to say, hey, this is our 3rd down running back because we think Najee can still be a great 3rd down running back as well. We like him when he catches the ball at the backfield. So I don't necessarily think you have to have a speedster paired with Najee because you're not going to be taking Najee off the field for exclusive reasons like that. So as long as you have another body that you can put out there, I think that as long as it's a productive player also, that you can get away with it being a Dameon.
Actually, you know what I don't like about this? I would have liked for us to take a receiver between round 2 and the last round 3 pick.
Ooh, okay.
I didn't think of that. He took the Flyers in Thornton and Rambo. I would at least maybe try to get a higher end guy. But maybe instead of Pierce, take the receiver. That's what I would have done.
You're getting Thornton in the 6th. You're getting elite level speed. I told you, I feel like.
Are you believing in Anthony Miller as the 3rd guy? Is that what it is?
No, it's not that. But I just don't feel like we have as much pressure if Thornton is your 3rd dude, just because of the speed he plays with. Like, he still was a productive player. He wasn't he got to the combine and showed out, but he didn't have any tape. We said, man, he still was a 900-yard receiver at Baylor. We just didn't think that he was as fast as he tested, nor did we think that he had, the full route tree. We thought that he was very limited in terms of his approach. But as a whole, it's like, man, he still was productive. But when you're talking about the speed that he has, that was it 4.2? Was it 4.2? 4.28?
I think it was 8. It was initially like 1 or 2.
But for the laser 4.28, like, that's blazing, man. That's why for me, it's just like I don't hate that. And like I said, with Charleston Rambo also in the 7th, on tape, I think Charleston's a really good player. I just didn't think that he tested as well as he should have. I think if he ran a faster time or tested better, he might, it'd be a different perspective on him. But I think that both of those guys, when you bring them in, they don't have the pressure of having to be the number 1 guy. You got Deontay, you got Chase. So you're asking whoever this guy is to come in and be the 3rd receiver or come in and be the 4th receiver, depending on how the team views Anthony Miller. And when you're talking about Tyquan with that type of speed, to me, I just think that that's, an added element. It just makes it a little bit more entertaining for me. And that's why I wasn't necessarily as against, Let's Go UW not taking a wide receiver early.
Maybe in his world, we signed a guy too.
Oh, yeah, you never know, man. We got time. Still got money.
Yeah, so overall, I like this one.
Yeah. It was pretty dope. How you rank this one, man?
I would give it a similar grade. I was going to say B+, but I am a little bummed out about no receiver in round 3. I think maybe you could have tried for Christian Watson, Sky Moore, Pierce from Cincinnati. Yeah. I don't know who was on the board, though, so let's not judge a little too harshly here.
Yeah.
I'll say B+, maybe leaning B I would have liked the receiver earlier on. That's all. I kind of like his strategy of trading down though. To get that many picks.
I like it. And let's go UW. The fact that you got me a LB that you've been talking about and that I actually like all of a sudden, man, I'm going to give it an A. I would give it an A. I think Travis Jones, number one, he gets you young. He gives you productivity on the inside of this D-line. I like that a lot. I think he's a guy that also has a better motor and conditioning than Jordan Davis. Remember, we talked about those two guys and why like Travis could be a little bit more interesting. Love what I've been seeing on film from Chad Moom. I think that, he definitely would fit in terms of today's NFL, playing in space, and he's tough. He's this tough cat, man. You watch him on tape, man, he don't turn down anything, and I like those type of guys. Daniel, I said Daniel, but Daniel, not Daniel. Daniel Falele, like I said, bringing in more competition at the left tackle spot or right tackle spot, depending on how you want to play him, depending if he does have that ability. Either way, you're bringing in another player because we don't want anything handed to any of these old linemen. All right, compete. But yeah, Demarco Jackson, you just add into that linebacker room because now, like I said, and this is with us keeping Devin Bush, just think about how that room sounds when you're talking about Miles Jack, talking about Chad Mooney, you're talking about Devin Bush, you're talking about Buddy Johnson, Spillane, DeMarco.
Someone's getting cut.
Yeah, but to me, I don't fault that. I don't hate that because I feel like it's just going to make the better players rise to the top, and they're going to have to be productive because they're going to feel the competition that's in that room. And it just is different when you got that type of competition. And you're not having to give up a ton. Like you said, in the fourth round, in the fourth round, you're bringing in that type of guy. I just think that it helps out. No different than what you did with Buddy Johnson last year. Yep. Get you another center in this building. Got your quarterback still. So, we tap on everything we need to tap on. I just hope that we corner in the sixth round. Don't love that. But as a whole,
I think we're fine at corner going into this year.
I would agree.
Our top three is pretty nice.
So it's like, I don't hate it.
Trey Norwood, Justin Lane, kind of as that fourth, fifth guy.
Yeah.
I don't mind that at all.
Yeah. And like you said, man, Thornton that late in the draft, bro, I like the flyer on him. I do. So that's why I'm giving Let's Go UW A. Shout out to Let's Go UW. And anybody else, like I said, man, if you want the potential, because it's not always a guarantee, but if you want the potential to have your mock draft featured on the show, just send it to moatswinners@gmail.com. We were using the PFF mock draft simulator because that's the most consistent one that we found. So yeah, use that, man. Send the info. Like I said, send the email, or some people have typed it up as well. And it's been some really good ones that have been typed up as well. I'm just, like I said, waiting to get it all organized and make sure I put it up there on the screen for y'all. But, that's how we doing this thing. And if you have topics that you want to discuss as well, you throw those in there also, man.